Good afternoon, everyone. I am so excited to be here, and we're gonna keep trying to figure out this technical echoing we have going on. Um, Thank you again to everyone who is joining us both virtually and through our live stream. We are so excited to bring this update about our work to you and thrilled to share on a really impactful day some of the work that we have going on. So, thank you again for joining us. Very excited. I wanted to start by just introducing myself to those of you who may not know me. My name is actually not Lone Star Justice Alliance. So let me work on renaming myself in this chat. I am Elizabeth Henneke. I am the CEO of the Lone Star Justice Alliance. And I founded the company 8 years ago with an idea to boldly address systemic failures in our justice system for youth and young adults in Texas. It has been an incredible journey to go on throughout these years. And I'm thrilled to be here with you to share just some recent exciting updates and some appreciation that I have for all of the support that you've given us. First, I want to say thank you to all of you who participated in the summer's Spark Freedom campaign. This summer, LSJA, like many nonprofits around the country, was faced with shortages of funding. And we were incredibly honored that so many of you joined in to support this effort. I am absolutely thrilled to announce that through the Spark Freedom campaign, we raised over $130,000. Much needed investments to continue to grow the impact of our program so that the youth and young adults in Texas who need the delivery of our services can continue to receive them. So thank you to everyone. I'd like to do these fireside chats just so that you all will know how your investment is being put to good use. So let's start with the really big and exciting announcement. Fresh off the presses, I am thrilled to report that last night at 6:45 p.m., Governor Greg Abbott signed into law SB 11, the Lone Star Justice Alliance's Mercy for Survivor bill. This is a piece of legislation that we have been working on for the last 8 years since our inception. We are thrilled to see this passed. Many of you will remember what this bill is about, but for those of you who don't, let me give you reason to feel inspired today. We came to this piece of legislation through one of our clients, our strategic litigation clients, who at the age of 14 was convicted of the crimes of her sex trafficker. This 14-year-old child had been set up to sell herself for sex by her trafficker, who then would rob the men who showed up to purchase her. When one of them fought back, police got involved, and she was sentenced to 20 years in prison for her actions. No one questioned why a 14-year-old child was in a hotel room with a 38-year-old co-defendant and a 39-year-old man until us. And thanks to the support that has backed our litigation efforts and ultimately this bill, we've done a couple of really incredible things to change how all of us look at this issue. First, we worked with Governor Abbott and the Board of Pardons and Paroles to create a pathway to clemency and pardons for those whose crimes are directly the result of sex trafficking. That has been an incredible effort. And through the support of our pro bono legal partners, we have actually moved forward more than 50 applications for a pardon to the governor's desk, and we eagerly await hearing from them. Two, we represented this young client of ours in her post-conviction appeal, and I am beyond thrilled, you'll see this in the next slide, but to report that we actually won her case, and she is coming home. Not only did we win her appeal, but we also got a pardon after a negotiated plea, and we're eagerly awaiting her return. It is an incredible thing to get to anticipate bringing a client home who would have spent 20 years in prison, but for your efforts. And lastly, we wanted to make sure that actions like this never happened again. So we had cured them with the path to pardon. We had supported this client through strategic litigation, and now we're preventing this injustice from ever occurring again through the Mercy for Survivors bill, which creates a complete affirmative defense for survivors of human trafficking who are convicted of the crimes of their abusers. This is groundbreaking for our state, empowering for our survivors, and it helps Texas continue to lead the country in protecting survivors of human trafficking. So thank you, Governor Abbott, for signing this incredibly important bill. Thank you to Dean Zenfronia Thompson, who was our champion from the moment we raised this issue for her and who has fought tirelessly to bring this bill to fruition. Thank you to Senator Parker, whose unwavering commitment to survivors has been unmatched this legislative session. I want to specifically thank their staff, Selena and Jenna. You are credible advocates for justice. And finally, a special thanks to Representative David Cook, who joined on to support this bill to see it over the finish line. We could not have done it without all of them, without the other legislators like Ann Johnson and Joe Moody and others, and Speaker Burrows, who worked to make sure that this bill was a reality. Thank you all. We're very grateful. This is an incredible moment for our community, and I wish it was possible to recount the dozens of text messages I received today from survivors around the state who thanked me, because for even those for whom this bill will not guarantee justice, it makes them feel seen and understood. And we can never, ever capture the impact that that will have. So we're very thrilled to report this hot off the presses impact that you, our supporters, have made happen. So I hope that you'll all join us in this moment of seeing justice brought to Texas. I also want to double down on the importance of our strategic litigation team. Often our legislative advocacy projects actually start exactly where they should, with the people who have been directly impacted by the work. This picture is actually of our client, Lisi, who helped us start on this journey to protect child survivors of sex trafficking from being prosecuted. We want to make sure that children who have experienced such trauma are protected, not prosecuted. Again, we're thrilled to report that she will be coming home probably either late this year or early next year, having already received a grant of pardon or a grant of parole. I'm also incredibly excited to welcome home another one of LSJ's clients next Thursday. Our entire team is abuzz because there's nothing better than being with your client when he or she walks out those prison walls. So we are so excited that our client MW will be returning home after 30 years behind bars, after being convicted of robbery that occurred when he was 17 years old. While incarcerated, MW has earned his GED, his associates, his bachelor's, is on track to receive his master's. He is also one of the most talented artists and woodworkers that I've ever met. And I personally can't wait for him to join us in community and see all the great, important work that he's going to do for our community. So I hope you will all join us on that day to celebrate where we're going to go with our strategic litigation, and stay tuned for some more wins from that team. Finally, I want to highlight our community programs because it's not enough to bring people home after they've been convicted. It's not enough to change the law. We have to also support people in community so that they're never in the justice system and so that they know that their community will wrap around them to provide all those impossibly wonderful opportunities that allow them to thrive, because that's how we actually reach real, true public safety in our communities. I'm thrilled by our community programs, in particular, the launch of the Hype Center in Dallas, where we provide wraparound services to justice-involved young people. And this includes pathways to livable, thrivable wage jobs. So what does this look like? It looks like more than 200 people served this year alone. 200. people. We have NC, who has been employed as an electrician for $26 an hour. KW, who received two employment opportunities at $28 an hour and $21 an hour. DJ, who is preparing for the first child and started employment as an operator, making $50,000 annually. We have Gigi moving into their first apartment ever in their own name. NL starting to purchase a home to achieve the American dream. And CI, who has moved from transient living, marking their entire life, in order to move into a safe environment to avoid a domestic violence situation. We are thrilled beyond belief with the resiliency of these young people. And I want to commend each of them for their impossibly hard work to overcome those barriers that stand between them and success. It is an honor to get to work with each of them every day to achieve their potential. And I can guarantee you it's making our community and our entire state better to have them joining our economy, thriving in their settled homes, and welcoming their families into the next generation that's going to thrive in Texas. This work relies upon your continued donations, and today is North Texas Giving Day. So if you're so inspired, please consider doubling down on your investment so that we can continue to not only achieve the impact that we've had today, but double it, triple it in the coming years. We are committed to sustainable, scalable change in our state. And we look forward to continuing to share transparently with you all the impact we're having. Thank you so much for the commitment that you've had. And I look forward to hearing from each of you about what has inspired you today. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you joining us, hopefully over your lunch hour, to learn a little bit more about how you have helped sustain the Lone Star Justice Alliance and what that means for your communities. From the passage of SB 11, our Mercy for Survivors bill, to the two clients set to come home and see their families, and finally to the more than 200 young people who will avoid any future justice involvement thanks to your commitment. Have a great day, and thank you for joining us. We really deeply appreciate you. Thanks all. Bye-bye.